Okay, well, my dozer is down, and I guess I just now got the cylinder for it, because that looks like that's the parts guy to drop it off. But it's down with a broken cylinder on the ripper. So I'm gonna kind of discuss this as best I can on this process called moisture conditioning. And it's very unique to this part of Texas, as I've never seen anything else like this done anywhere in the United States. Actually, what it is taking this soil, which is a very high it's very cohesive, it's a very high clay content soil, and it seems like it's just really unique to this area, just Dallas, Fort Worth in general. And in order to build on it, you have to engineer it and put as much moisture in it as possible to where it's swelled up enough where when it dries out naturally, it doesn't crack and heave, which is going to cause your foundation to crack and unsettle. So what this is, like I said, is taking a lot of water and putting it into the soil. And seeing as it has rained an ungodly amount lately here in this part of the state, there's a lot less work involved with trying to condition it. The only problem with it is it's already wet before it's placed, making it that much harder to move and to grade. You can see that dozer's just kind of struggling to move even half a blade of material. So the excavator, he's just casting it where the dozer will have an easier time to move it. And they'll just push it in a lift, track walk it in, and then our soils lab guy will go in there with his nuke and take a density test. And obviously the amount of moisture content is going to be variant depending on what the soil report says. And some of this stuff, you got this gray limestone, it doesn't take as much water, but if it's chewed up enough, it's great to cap a pad with. But all this is for is just to keep your foundations from cracking and heaving up and down. And usually you can only bring these in at about 12-inch lifts. Test it, put another lift in, and until you get up to your pad grade. And a lot of people have asked me over the time that I've been with this company, why am I not in a dozer or an excavator full time? Well, best response I have for that is, this is what I would be doing about 90% of the time, working in mud. And I don't know about you or anybody else, but I try to clean my tracks every day. And if I'm doing this every day, you're really gonna lose motivation to want to be in a machine like that if this is all you're gonna be doing. Some people may disagree with me, others may not, but I like to be able to go home at the end of the day, and I don't necessarily like to spend an ungodly amount of time cleaning mud out of the tracks. So I hope that answers some questions about why I'm not in a dozer all the time. But this is all they'll do. With as much rain as we've gotten, they'll just stir and mix some of it and cast it out there, push it out there into a lift, kind of grade it out, walk it in, test it. If it passes, continue on. If not, then modify it with some other means, ripping it open to dry it out or adding more water. Just depends on what the test says. And this is going to take place on the next pad over there and any of the other pads that are in this area. These ones over here are already complete to an extent. And then they'll probably have to go and just regrade them. But once they bring it up to pad grade, or close to it, I should say, then they'll take this gray material on top and cap it with that. And I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that I'm missing with this process, but I hope I covered at least a good portion of it and answered some questions that I get on why I'm not in a dozer all the time.